Hey guys, CoolCheese here, and welcome back to another Destiny video. In today's Destiny video, we are going to be going over my critique of the Trials rework in Season 15, what they did great, what they did poorly, and kind of talking about my thoughts on Trials as a whole now. Let's start by discussing who am I? Who am I, CoolCheese? I'm a Titan main. I've played a lot of Trials. I have 1,000 flawlesses in Destiny 2, and I have a lot of experience just playing in PvP. I have ton of kills on hand cannons. I have a ton of kills on SMGs. I have a ton of kills on pulse rifles. I love using primaries in this game, and I love the combination of abilities and gunplay that Destiny promotes. Trials has always been something that's really close to me because it's kind of like that semi-competitive thing, but it's also just a great way to meet new players and to hang out with the boys. With that, I was super excited to hear that Trials is getting some attention in Season 15. Let's start by talking about what Bungie did great with the Season 15 rework. Trials loot being attainable to all is fantastic. Cards not breaking and round win drops are great, and if you don't get what you want, you can pay a hefty price, it's like 50 legendary shards, to focus an engram. All of those things are great for players who can't quite excel to get that flawless, to still be able to have a worthwhile experience, and I think that is fantastic. I always want lower skill players to have a place in Trials, because Trials is awesome. Even if you're not winning, it should be an experience where you come out feeling great, feeling like you worked really hard to get a great piece of loot. On the endgame side of things, the flawless loot is still fantastic, and veteran players can stick on a flawless card to get even more flawless loot. This is great because it incentivizes veteran players to stay higher up on their card, which pushes them away from pub stomping lower skill players. Basically, it rewards good players for being good and prevents them from steamrolling lower skill players. The addition of Trials rank benefits all players with a couple extra weapons and masterwork materials. This change also presents the possibility of double XP weekends, which I think is pretty cool. Because of these loot changes, the population has been bussin'. It's been really awesome to see how many people have been playing Trials, and Bungie has done a fantastic job at putting people into the mode and them feeling satisfied on the way out. My verdict on all these changes is the Trials loot system is in a nearly flawless state, and I honestly think this is how it should have launched last March. So, great job on Bungie. Very glad that you fully baked Trials this time. Fantastic when it comes to loot system. Now let's talk about the bad. Loot aside, there have been no significant changes to how Trials is played. Sure, special ammo not carrying over through rounds and a slightly quicker spawning objective are nice, but players still play very slow without the urgency of an immediate dynamic objective. It is super frustrating waiting 1 minute and 30 seconds to make an enemy team play fast paced, only for that to be reset the next round. Not exactly sure what mode I would like in Trials, however, elimination has shown its many flaws through the past 7 years. Trials of the Nine's countdown was certainly better than elimination, however I'm not sure it quite fits many players' vision of Destiny, and so I'm pretty excited to see how Bungie's objective mode Trials Lab plays out later this season. Another place that felt lacking was the Sandbox changes this season. Sure, the Sandbox isn't exactly Trials, however this Sandbox's weaknesses bled through pretty heavily. To start, Stasis subclasses not seeing major nerfs was a big letdown. Stasis continues to be a meta option on all three classes, and while parts of Stasis require more thought than their light counterparts, I think it is pretty fair to say that parts of Stasis are overtuned. Additionally, in a Trials setting, Stasis's ability to get one free kill makes them even stronger than in quick play. Going past Stasis, abilities in general feel more prevalent than ever because of the very small amount of nerfs this season. Bungie has said that there are plans to address cooldown rates, but I was pretty disappointed that we did not see those changes with the debut of reworked Trials. Special weapons also continue to be overtuned, but I think that is kind of the reality of the game at the moment, and so as much as I think they hurt the fairness of the PvP and Trials experience, I'll let that one go. So with these pros and cons aside, what do I think? Do I think that Trials is better? Absolutely. Am I happy for those who can finally play the mode and feel satisfied? Hell yeah. But I would be lying if I said I was happy with the rework. For a player like myself, I don't care if I am farming bad players, sweating to beat good players, getting great loot, or getting no loot at all. I want to play PvP and have an enjoyable experience. Trials as a game mode within the current sandbox is slow, ability heavy, and special weapon dominated. To me, that is not very enjoyable. I'll continue to hop into Trials a little bit every weekend, but I'll be playing less Trials this season than I did the last. And unless Bungie addresses some of these concerns, then I'll probably be playing even less in Witch Queen. Destiny 2 PvP continues to be unfair. It's not that I'm looking for something to be ultra balanced, ultra competitive. I'm just looking for more fairness within the daily PvP experience. And Trials, I think, is just the pinnacle of that unfairness. To wrap it all up, I love Trials, and I want it to be better. Thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day.